Undertale, a game that took the internet by storm in 2015. Choice-based games like Undertale are nothing new, but it addressed choices in a different way. In our everyday lives, our choices have consequences. However, many choice-based games are just railroads in disguise, giving the player the illusion of choice when the ending is always the same. This way of playing leaves the player feeling unattached to the story and characters, leaving something to be desired.
One thing I wanted to talk about was the genocide run in general, and how, like, a lot of games you play are genocide runs. Like, a lot of, not just RPGs, but a lot of games you play are genocide runs all the time, because video games have made you so conditioned to think that, they've made you so conditioned to think that once you see an enemy in the game, you have to kill them. That's why this game really enraptured a lot of people, was that you came across enemies, but you could just talk to them. You could spare them, and then they went along about their happy lives. And that was really cool, but the genocide run is a different story, because not only are you killing them, but you're terrifying all the other creatures in the game. Like, I arrived at Snowden, your reputation preceded you, and then everyone was terrified and left the village. No other game does that. No other RPGs do that.
That's why this game really enraptured a lot of people. It was that you came across enemies, but you could just talk to them. You could spare them. And then they went along with their happy lives. And that was really cool. But the genocide run is a different story, because not only are you killing them, but you're terrifying all the other creatures in the game. In Undertale, you were taught that there is more to the world than fighting. You were given a standard RPG screen, showing the different actions you can take during an encounter, one of these being Act. Throughout the course of the game, you encounter monsters and are given the chance to talk, compliment, and even flirt with them. This approach is unusual to the game world. These are your enemies. They should be slain, right? Well, if you act long enough in an encounter, you gain the option to spare the monster. If you go through the game and spare everyone, all of the monsters you spared come back to help you fight the final boss, anime Power of Friendship style. On the other hand, if you begin killing monsters as they appear, something becomes noticeably off. Towns become empty. NPCs begin asking you to rethink your actions, looking for the good in your soul. As a result of this, you no longer have anyone to help you in the final battle. But you don't need it. You've gained XP, and leveled up enough that the final boss doesn't stand a chance. Here's where the difference comes in between this game and others. When you come back to the game after a genocide run, or killing all the monsters, the NPCs and other characters are very suspicious of you. For example, when you kill the first NPC that you come across and then reload your save, you are approached by Flowey, the first character you meet who, quote-unquote, teaches you the way of the game. Instead of introducing himself and trying to fool you, he opens with this line. Suddenly, the game is a little bit different. You know that characters will act differently based on your past choices, giving each action a bit more weight. So why does this matter? It's a game. You can quit at any time. Forget about it forever. But I believe that Undertale stands as a beacon for future developers, that there is more to a game than making a good or bad decision. Quoting Sans, it's about how the game makes you feel. Undertale rewards players who spare monsters by giving you story, personality, and leaving you to feel emotional about the positive ending.